this episode of Off the Script, number 151, part number 2, for your Saturday, January 7th, 2017. I got one of the most interesting stories you're gonna hear all week. Kenny Omega cryptically tweets out that he's stepping away from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Is he coming to the WWE? Also, thanks to what Kenny Omega and Okada did at Wrestle Kingdom 11 in the main event, it is now being reported that WWE is trying to outdo that at Wrestlemania 33. Also, what is the creative direction that WWE has for Bayley as she heads towards WrestleMania 33 against Charlotte?
Listen
for the
here,
Raw
JD.
Championship.
You thought
Are
I
you
went away?
Fucking kidding me?
I have 87 Twitter
Again?
accounts, none of which are legit. I have an avatar of
I don't
some
believe
indie wrestling sensation,
I
but we'll
don't
make sure
believe-
to
I don't
tell
believe-
you that all your WWE vanilla midgets are the most boring, uninspired, and uncharismatic superstars of all time. You think you're some internet tough guy? Try and bench me, JD. Finn Balor is a face-painted freak who
I'm
can't
listening.
even wrestle himself out of a paper bag. You think he is great? He is a shell of what he used to be in New Japan, a real promotion. Kevin Owens? He is a wrestler or a stand-up comedian. I can't tell the difference now. Which is it? Sami Zayn? When he isn't driving an Uber, you think he's going to win the Royal Rumble. What a joke. JD, you're a fucking mark, and you really make me sick. You fucking suck, JD, and everybody fucking hates you.
JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. Big Show and Ryback, Strowman and Roman. Get off my fucking TV and save me the misery. And all you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script.
I've been doing the subscriber stories now for a couple of weeks. And the reason why I do them is because you guys like hearing my stories when I do have them. And I felt it would be a great way for everybody to interact with one another. I love hearing how this podcast make you guys feel at the end of a shitty week or at the end of a shitty day. I love hearing how you guys have your days made by me simply uploading this podcast. And there might be others out there that feel the same way as you do. There may be other people out there that are going through the same thing you are going through. And it's not one of those situations where you should be afraid to open up, you know? I'm glad that you guys trust me enough, and I'm glad that you guys confide in me enough to tell me your stories. Whatever's bothering you, how I make you feel, how you've been feeling, etc., etc. Family issues, death, whatever the case may be. Seems like yesterday's story with Victor really struck a nerve with some people. In a good way. In a good way. Now, I want to shout out my good friend, Horse60. You guys might know him. He is a huge supporter of the channel. He's got his own YouTube channel, on his own. Talks about gaming and the truth behind gaming. You know, he's a straight shooter, man. He's going to let you know how it is. He's been on Out of Nowhere several times. He's been a big donator on Out of Nowhere. He's called into the show a few times. I want you guys to keep him in your thoughts because he's in the hospital right now and he had surgery on his heart. And that's a scary thing, man. He was DMing me on Twitter. He doesn't know if he's going to make it out. You know, he wanted to pretty much reach out to me and tell me that, you know, whatever happens, you know, he loves me and this and that. And I told him that he was going to be all right. I thought about him all day. Motherfucker's tweeting me from his bed, so I know he's all right. And he reaches out to me via DM, and I want to read you guys what he wrote me in regards to Victor. Okay? And he actually left this as a comment on part 1 of Off the Script. If you guys want to go back, it's within the comment I made. I believe I made a comment about Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is the worst wrestler since Bastion Booger. Hashtag fact. So that's what I wrote there. It's within that context, okay? But this is what Horse60 says. JD, get that combat vet in touch with me. Hashtag make the call, save a life. Victor, my brother, reach out to me. Horse60 on Twitter. And Victor, if you are listening, I'm going to email you as well. But if you are listening, please reach out to Horse60. He wants to have a few words with you. I live in Virginia. I'm the creator of hashtag make the call, save a life. I'm sure you've seen others like this. Brother, the world needs you. I need you. I know exactly what it's like during the holiday seasons to be alone, man. I've got your 6, brother. Contact me. When life knocks you down, get slowly back up and tell it you hit like a bitch. Then get out there every day and enjoy it like it is your last. Are dead, and this is coming from experience, brother. Don't want us to mourn them. That fucking Savior's guilt is a motherfucker. If anybody knows about that, I do. Trust me, man. We share stock in the same company. But we have to live on. If you're single, meet a girl and name a son or daughter. Name them after a brother or sister you miss very much. I love you, man. Don't leave me. As I sit here in my hospital bed, I just had surgery today to fix my fucked up heart. With tears running down my face, we've lost enough of our brothers and sisters already. Come on down to my house, bro. We'll bust caps, drink beer, eat steaks, and do troop shit. The world is a great place with you in it. It would be emptier without you. Horse60. So I wanted to get that out there. People are listening, man. People like Horse are listening. Even if he's in the hospital recovering from fucking heart surgery. This is how impactful stories like this are. And this is the reason why I read them. Because there's always one person out there that's going to share the same feeling or would have gone through the same exact thing you are going through. This is an outlet. This is not only JD trying to be entertaining. This is not only JD trying to put a smile on your face and have your day just be a little bit better. This is not just me reading wrestling news and going over my opinions on the product and literally everything about WWE. This is our podcast, guys. And I'm glad I started doing this because I never knew how many people it would impact. And Victor, if you're listening to me, I'm going to email you as soon as I finish recording this podcast. I'm going to get you Horse60's email. I want you to email him. Find him on Twitter if you have one. Horse60 on Twitter. Please do so. He wants to talk to you, and he wanted me to relay that message to you and read that message that he left me for Victor. So, Horse, get well, man, please. We need you, and I knew you would come out of it. You're going to be okay, man. Road to recovery begins now. I'm glad you're up and you're lively as always. So, get well, man. We will all be here for you, okay? Now, another thing I want to mention is you guys are really taking me back, man, with this PayPal Rumble. I didn't know how ridiculous it was going to be. Seriously, I thought there would be a few people interested in it, but I have a list here, man. I filled out a whole nother fucking page of people entering this PayPal Rumble, man. The first ever inaugural WWE Off The Script PayPal Royal Rumble, man. Getting everybody excited for the Royal Rumble on January 29th at the end of the month. And what you guys got to do if you want to enter the Off The Script PayPal Rumble, man, there's no number maximum. As many people in this thing possible. WWE Off The Script PayPal Rumble is a huge fucking success. Right now, as I record this, I just got the last one about 10 minutes ago. The last entrant 10 minutes ago. We got 28 fucking entrants, and we still have 3 weeks until the Royal Rumble. You guys are unbelievable, man. I didn't know if this was going to be a good thing. You know, there's maybe 1 or 2 bad seeds out there. You know, like the fucking goon in the beginning of the video. You know, oh, look at this. JD trying to conceal his money-hungry ways. He's begging for donations in a way in which it comes off as if he's not begging for donations. Motherfucker, I'm giving you top-quality fucking t-shirts at the end of this thing. A chance to win fucking merchandise from me. If this keeps going, I'm going to pick 3 fucking winners, depending on how many fucking people we get. So the money's going to be spent on the fucking t-shirts, man. They're $20 a pop. You think I get a fucking discount off that? Come on, man. Always got to be a bad fucking seed, you know? So, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I'm glad you guys are having a good time with it. I'm glad you guys are excited about the fucking Royal Rumble. It's going to be a big fucking weekend, not only for this channel, but for guys like Joe and for guys like Fabe and everybody else doing this thing, man. Falcon, Rusty. It's going to be a big weekend, okay? And I'm glad you guys are really enjoying this. I want to read over. Every time we get a new fucking entrant, man, every show, we're going to read off the entrants. This is fucking amazing, man. The PayPal Rumble entrants are as follows, from number 1 all the way to number 28. You fucking animals. Mikey Ferro, Matthew Smith, Mario Maldonado, the Beast himself, Starscream, Ian Davis, Colin Wright, Nick Wolf, Florian Kreutzfeldt, Mary Ann Domagas, Patrick Pacheco. We got Harvey Davies coming in at number 11. Ken McIntyre, Peter Fiala, Corey Peters, Roger Navjord, Josh Ashley, Solomon Tyson, the coffee man. What's up, bro? I will reach out to you as well, dude. If you're going to send me some fucking coffee, I will definitely reach out to you. Derek Sutherland coming in at number 18. Chris Riera coming in at 19. Joseph Akiarito. I don't know if I pronounced your name right, but I'm sorry, bro. You're coming in at number 20. I got you on the list. Number 21, Jeremy Bell. 22, Kevin Bland. 23, Jesse Walker. 24, Randy Meyer. Number 25, Michael Redmond. 26, Andrew Gilmore. Number 27, Mark Anderson. And number 28, who I just got 10 minutes ago, we got Jonathan DeFilippo. Unbelievable, man. You guys are absolutely fucking beasts. 28 entrants in 2 weeks right here for the PayPal Off The Script Rumble. So if you guys want to enter, link is down below at the very top of the description. It is a $10 entry. What you're going to win is you're going to win t-shirts, any one of your choice, on barbershopwindow.com, and you're going to win one of these bad boys. You're going to win a Kevin Owens and a Eva Marie Funko Pop, plus other shit that I might include. I haven't decided yet on what, but I have a ton of shit here that I might throw in as extra perks, man. So that's what's going on. Thank you to everybody that has entered the PayPal Rumble. There will be a live drawing Royal Rumble weekend right here on the preview and prediction show of Off The Script. Good luck to everybody, man. Follow me on Twitter at JD4MNY206 and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not done so already. Please help me out, and that is the best way to do that. Also, Patreon.com if you guys want early access. New prize tiers are coming in 2017, and early access is the big thing right now. Tomorrow, important, Patreon Q&A. If you guys are on my Patreon team, get your Q&A, man. Get your questions in on the Patreon page when I upload this early for you guys. Ask me anything you want. We're going to have a Q&A session at the end of part 3 tomorrow on Off the Script. Thank you guys for all that. We got a major story here, man, and it involves Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega's name has been in everybody's mouth all week long following his absolutely monumental and epic Wrestle Kingdom 11 main event with Okada. I have not yet seen it. I will be watching it tonight, and I will be doing I think I'm just going to do a regular review video of just that match. I'm really, really terrified of doing the live thing. I don't want any audio. I don't want New Japan to flag me. I don't need a copyright strike. I would be devastated if that's the case. So we're just going to keep it safe, and I'm just going to talk about it here. I'm going to take my notebook, take some notes, and just jot down a few things that I take away from the match. So that's what we're doing. I don't know when that's going up. I might save it for Monday as an off-the-script extra. We'll see what happens. But Kenny Omega, I woke up to a cryptic tweet. I actually retweeted him at 7:30 in the morning when I woke up this morning because everybody was fucking showing me the tweet. It was a picture of the ending of Terminator 2, where Terminator, Schwarzenegger, is going into the fucking lava with his thumb up in the air. And Kenny Omega said that he's stepping away from New Japan. And nobody knows what that means. We don't know if that's a cryptic tweet. We don't know if he's taking time off, or if he's going back to New Japan. He wants to heal his injuries from Wrestle Kingdom 11. I don't know. People are also saying that this could be a possible WWE jump. That he could be going to NXT this year. He might actually show up at WrestleMania weekend. I don't know. But right now, this is what's going on with that. Kenny Omega has been in the news a lot lately. And after his match at Wrestle Kingdom 11, many feel that he could have stepped up as one of the best workers in the world, if not the best right now. But the question still remains whether Omega will jump to World Wrestling Entertainment. A lot of people believed a jump was happening in 2017, but rumors ran crazy that not only was Omega not interested, but he also signed a new multi-year deal to stay with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Omega is 33 years old. I thought he was older. I thought he was AJ Styles' age. He still has a lot of mileage, and he's at a good age. And that's an age in which WWE would scoop up somebody very fast. So the time is not running out per se, but I'm gonna lay it on you, my opinion, before we even get into this, man. Don't pull a Sting. If this really is Kenny Omega being upfront and direct with everybody, do not pull a Sting. Do not wait until the very end, then go to WWE. Kenny Omega knows what he's worth. His stock and his price tag astronomically went up after what happened at Wrestle Kingdom 11. There's no fucking way this guy is not going to be making 6 figures. There's no fucking way. Absolutely no fucking way. This guy is going to make so much money, it is absolutely sickening to think how much money this guy's going to make. And if WWE doesn't realize that, then they're fools. I've seen clips here and there of what happened at the show. People posting Twitter clips, 1-2 minutes long. You know, I knew of Kenny Omega. I never watched a full-fledged Kenny Omega match. You know, I'm going to give you my thoughts on it when I review it, but don't pull a Sting. Don't wait until it is too late. He knows what he's worth. He knows that he is good enough to the point where he can make an unsurreal amount of money. Merchandise. Guy could easily be the face of the fucking brand, or of a brand, of the company. You know? He is the greatest wrestler in the world, according to many right now, right along AJ Styles. And he would love to be featured on that type of stage. You know, Kenny Omega, you know, New Japan's great. But New Japan, you know, some people made fucking careers. Hall of Fame fucking careers in the annals of this industry over in New Japan without even stepping foot into WWE. There are others who, you know, realize that the WWE is the biggest company in the world when it comes to wrestling. And everybody within them, you know, money talks. Fame, fortune, the spotlight, your name out there in the annals of history. There's people in the United States that never even heard of Kenny Omega, that have been watching WWE for fucking as long as I am. Kenny Omega wants to grab those people, and he wants to show them who Kenny Omega is. Why wouldn't he want to do that? You know? Kenny Omega can open himself up to a whole new world. Never mind a fucking market, a whole new world with the WWE. So I'm not going to say that he's stepping away from New Japan. I don't know. I said this on Twitter, and I'm going to tell it to you guys right now. Interpret it how you want. Kenny Omega, at this point, if his contract is up and he hasn't signed anything, the man can fucking do whatever he wants. Clearly the guy knows what he is worth. Clearly, he would love to take that, no matter what he says to a Sports Illustrated, no matter what he says on a Jim Ross podcast, no matter what he says to a fucking dirt sheet or a Meltzer. Clearly, he knows his talent, and he would love to have that spotlighted. Kenny Omega is going to say whatever he thinks is going to grab a headline. Just like anybody else. Just like the McGregors and the Rouseys and everybody else that's in this type of sport. That's in combat sports. He's going to say something to get attention. That's what he's been doing. He's going to do whatever the fuck he wants. He knows his talent is appreciated. He knows his talent is wanted. If he wants to take time and reassess his options and how much money he could potentially make and give himself a fucking lifelong dose of happiness, whatever the case may be, he's going to do whatever the fuck he wants. Let him do what he wants. If he stays with New Japan, fine. If that makes him happy, it makes him happy. If he wants to take the Kenny Omega brand to the WWE, so be it. That's what he wants to do. He wouldn't be the first, and he's certainly not going to be the last to come over from somewhere else without ever stepping foot in the WWE, because he's going to be successful no matter where he goes. He is going to be, and Matt, you know, all the fucking naysayers out there. If Kenny Omega doesn't step foot in the WWE, he's going to be considered a legend. Yeah, it's fun, great. He fucking definitely is. But everybody that loves Kenny Omega now, everybody that doesn't know Kenny Omega will know Kenny Omega, but as soon as Kenny Omega goes to the WWE, guy's gonna fucking be polished up like a fucking like a fucking unbelievable star-studded talent. He's gonna have theme music that they're gonna fucking write for him just as good as a Nakamura, right? He's gonna be repackaged. You think he's good now? He's going to be repackaged into an even bigger star when he comes to WWE, because that's what they do. WWE is not in this business to fucking, you know, especially guys like a Nakamura or a Styles or any of those guys that they took away from New Japan. Obviously, Gallows and Anderson, they're fucking suffering badly, but Nakamura, you know? WWE's not in this business to sign guys like that and have them fail. If WWE signs Omega, expect the Nakamura treatment. He is the prize piece right now for anybody. And WWE knows that. And wait till you hear the fucking story I got coming up. That's my opinion on that. Let's run through this and see what he had to say here. The rumor grew strong leading into Wrestle Kingdom 11, when it seemed that after signing a big deal to stay, he would defeat Okada and become the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. It seemed ordained, as if the world knew the turning point had happened when a junior heavyweight could not just jump up a weight class, but he could win the G1 Climax and take out the top babyface in the company as the top heel going in. The match was phenomenal and a match of the year candidate. The situation now is that he lost when most felt that after signing, he would easily win. Now, many are under the impression that his contract was never renewed for multiple years, but rather it is set to expire soon and that he could still leave. Kenny Omega could very well be jumping to the WWE. His comments on Twitter certainly led many to assuming his time in New Japan was coming to an end. He explained, "I will be stepping away from Japan to reassess my future. The path of my journey may change, but my goals will not." Don't know what that means, man. You take it as you want. This could be Kenny Omega just going back to Canada and recharging his batteries. You know, it may be nothing. He would then comment back to a person asking him if nothing was for sure. "There is no plan," Omega said. "My schedule is cleared, and I'm weighing all options. I have a lot to consider. Thanks for the patience and support. End quote. He wanted to leave a huge impression on his time in Japan after the main event performance he had with Okada. He was able to deliver something special for the fans, and that is huge. However, he could always leave. Many people believe he is stepping away because he needs to rest up after such a grueling schedule over the last few months and a grueling main event that went almost an hour at Wrestle Kingdom 11. Others believe he is injured and he is taking time off to heal. However, the vocal few believe that he could be leaving New Japan Pro Wrestling for the WWE and is really having a tough time doing it. Kenny Omega has given his all to New Japan Pro Wrestling and independent wrestling the last number of years. He certainly lives up to the hype. WWE really wants him, and they have tried to sign him numerous times, only to be turned down 3 times by the man himself. Many fans wonder why he would sign a new deal and not win the IWGP Heavyweight title, when it made more sense for him to go over Okada and win the title at Wrestle Kingdom 11. If New Japan Pro Wrestling truly wanted to start a war with WWE and go against them with their top stars, they need Kenny Omega to connect the bridge to the American audience. Omega is fluent in both Japanese and English, something that you know the WWE covets, because they want a huge market or a piece of the market in Japan, and Kenny Omega would absolutely be perfect. People are actually already swirling rumors around there that WWE is infiltrating the United Kingdom with this United Kingdom Championship. That territory in Japan being set up by WWE is something that they're going to be targeting next. You think Kenny Omega's not going to be a part of that? Come on, man. He'd be the perfect spokesman for the company if they do something like that. Don't you think that WWE's not thinking about that right now with this move? So it's going to weigh heavy on him. WWE knows he's not going to come cheap, and they can't afford to be cheap. They already let Jay Lethal go. They already let the Young Bucks go by lowballing these guys. They didn't even offer Jay Lethal a fucking contract. They lowballed the Young Bucks. So, you're going to let Kenny Omega go? You're going to let Kyle O'Reilly go? You're going to let fucking, who else is available out there that they want? You're going to let Matt Hardy go? Open up your wallet. Seriously, that third hour Raw is making $173 million, right? For all the fucking tears that we shed for fucking boredom, use that money and sign the fucking man and pay this guy what he's worth. Seriously. Not that difficult to do. And WWE exactly knows how much Kenny Omega's worth, because the next story, I haven't heard anybody talk about this or report it, which is shocking to me that WWE is thinking about this. But we'll talk about it, man. It's a big story. It's actually going to be the headline of this fucking video. Where am I now? So, Omega made you want to see, or Omega is fluent in Japanese and English. He's doing one thing, most of the press, he was doing most of the press for the event as well, okay? Omega made you want to see Wrestle Kingdom 11. Even if he didn't know what was going on, even if he knew that there wasn't an event, you heard about it. You heard about it from everybody. It made you go out and find this match somewhere. That's how great it was. Omega made you want to see Wrestle Kingdom 11, and he was the one that made people want to watch New Japan more in 2016. Why in the world would you not crown the man champion when he is the perfect connecting tool to the rest of the world? This is especially questionable if he did indeed sign a new multi-year deal as rumored. Meanwhile, if they did not, because he signed the new contract, then it makes sense to think that he's leaving to join the WWE. It would be the only place he would leave New Japan for. While he said in the past that he would love to be a legend that never worked in the WWE, he also claimed that he would love to main event WrestleMania one day. That said, he very well could make time or take time off to heal from an injury, or he could take some time away to decide whether to leave for the WWE or stay in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Many would like him to stay, but the fame and opportunities WWE could create for him would be a lot to pass up. It would be bad for Kenny Omega to do similar things like Sting did, and knowing the kind of impact he could make in pro wrestling if he jumped sooner rather than later. There you got it. There you got it. Kenny Omega cryptically tweeting out that he has no plan. His schedule is cleared. He's stepping away to reassess his future. Who knows what it means? This is going to be a story that is going to be having a lot of eyes kept right on it. Every move that Kenny Omega says, everything that he says is going to be under the microscope. This is going to be the biggest story besides the Royal Rumble going into February when Omega's contract comes to an end with New Japan. I will keep you guys posted right here on Off the Script. Speaking of Kenny Omega and the impact that he made in one night with one match against Okada at Wrestle Kingdom 11. Listen to this. WWE is determined to make WrestleMania 33 main event even greater than what Wrestle Kingdom 11 did with Omega and Okada. I'll take a step back for 5 seconds, and as you guys laugh who watched the match, you can get your laugh out, and as I read this, you could probably continue to laugh. This is WWE's mentality. This is, according to Dave Meltzer, the man who gave it 6 out of 5 stars. Okay, this is Dave Meltzer. At Wrestle Kingdom 11, New Japan Pro Wrestling's biggest show of the year, we saw an amazing match between Omega and Okada for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. And it seems that WWE officials watched the match very carefully. New Japan wanted to make a mark with Wrestle Kingdom 11. While they did have some predictable booking through the night, the last 2 matches could already be impossible to top by any promotion this year. Okada and Omega are 2 of the best wrestlers on the planet, and no one really knew who was going to win the match. The drama, the moves, the strikes, tables, etc. When it came to the match at Wrestle Kingdom 11, it was everything like that rolled up into one big ball that got everybody fucking excitement. If you have not seen the match, you should. You guys have been telling me, I'm going to watch it tonight. WWE surely did, and it seems that they made quite an impression on the WWE, did Omega and Okada. According to Dave Meltzer, WWE officials who watched the match between Okada and Omega are now more determined than ever to make WrestleMania 33's main event even greater. This is never a bad thing to see from WWE. Obviously, New Japan puts out amazing content, and they have some of the best wrestlers in the world, but so does the WWE. They're just heavily and highly underutilized. In order to make WrestleMania 33 great, okay, and this is me talking, in order to make WrestleMania 33 better than what everybody's talking about at Wrestle Kingdom 11, clearly, you're not going to have a Goldberg, you're not going to have a fucking Strowman, you're not going to have a Reigns in there. Clearly, the only way you even come close to topping what Okada and Omega did is if AJ Styles is involved, number 1. If you have a Kevin Owens and a Sami Zayn in a main event, number 2. Other than that, I don't see what's going on. I mean, you're going to include The Undertaker, you're going to include a John Cena, you're going to include a Styles, maybe Styles Michaels. I don't know. There's not many on the list that, according to you guys anyway, would even come close to topping that. I don't know. Is there anyone in the WWE that could even come close to that? I don't know. But clearly, you gotta have the right fucking pieces to the puzzle, and you certainly know which pieces are the ones that will not fit. You all know. They need to have the right pieces, the right storyline, and everything just make fucking sense. On top of that, you gotta have 2 guys in the ring that are going to deliver an all-out fucking war, showing you exactly why WrestleMania is the #1 destination for wrestling. You gotta have the right pieces in place, otherwise it's not even gonna come close. And I haven't even seen the fucking match yet. I'm just basing everything off what everybody else is fucking telling me. The fucking 6-star rating that Dave Meltzer fucking gave. Gotta have the right pieces. You can use just about anyone you want in the WWE to make a match work. However, not many wrestlers can put on a match on the level of Kenny Omega or Okada. However, there are at least 3 people who can do that and may even be able to come close to topping it. Clearly, the storyline involves John Cena, AJ Styles, and The Undertaker. The way you make the match happen is pretty simple. Of course, this is all speculation about a match like that, but as of now, it's not written in for the WrestleMania main event. It involves risky character and direction changes. It would be the story of 2017 if WWE ever wanted to go through with it. This is merely a rumor. Do not take this as legit. Okay? The best way to make any main event legitimate is by adding the best wrestler in the world. Clearly, AJ Styles. Before that can happen, however, you need AJ Styles face off with John Cena at the Royal Rumble this month. You got to get through that. The two are already set to fight over the WWE title at the event where Cena is going to go after his 16th world title win. This would tie Cena with the legendary Ric Flair if he were to win his 16th world title. After all of that, John Cena has thrown AJ Styles' way in 2016 and 2017, despite losing to him on 3 different occasions. Some of you were confused about the third. Clearly, it was Money in the Bank. The other one was SummerSlam. The other one was at No Mercy in that triple threat match with Dean Ambrose for the WWE Championship, the WWE title match that opened up that show that was going against the presidential debate of Trump and Hillary that night. WWE wanted to pretty much reverse the roles. They wanted to give you the world title match first. And that was the match where Ziggler and Miz should have went on last for the IC title. But Styles pinned Cena in that match as well. Clean. So he's got 3 pinfalls over John Cena. So those wondering why I was saying 3 pinfalls over John Cena, some of you forgot that, which was a great fucking match in its own right. Okay? So those are the 3 instances. And Styles has yet to prove yet again that he is better. Even if Cena does win, he would still be the victor of 1 match out of 3. It does not even matter how Styles did it, but he did beat him clean at SummerSlam, and no one can dispute that win for anything. The best way to do the storyline is to still have John Cena act as he does now. He's been talking a lot of crap that despite not having the right to say a word to the opponent that he was never beaten or that he has never beaten, he wants people to recognize because he is John Cena. WWE should have him lose to AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble. Cena should start 2017 with a loss, and Styles would prove for a 4th time that he is definitely better than John Cena. Now, I would have AJ Styles beat John Cena as well, because some people are raising the question, well, if John Cena comes back for his big pay-per-view return, and his first pay-per-view match is a world title match, and he beats AJ Styles, wouldn't that make AJ Styles a transitional champion? I don't think so. I don't think so. You got to take into consideration the caliber of athlete that AJ Styles is, and the caliber of what AJ Styles has produced this year. I do not see him as a transitional champion. Clearly, he hasn't had an amazing run as the WWE champion, but he's had matches of the year all over the fucking place. His DNA is all over WWE for 2016. I wouldn't make him I wouldn't call him a transitional champion. I just think AJ Styles needs to win. He needs to have that one big win in this title reign under his belt. Then Cena can take it at Elimination Chamber, and you can go from there to WrestleMania however you want. But I think Cena needs to lose at the Royal Rumble. Whether it be clean, I doubt it will be clean. Maybe there'll be a fuck finish in the end. I don't know. All I know is AJ Styles needs to walk out of the Royal Rumble with the WWE Championship. He needs to have another big win. You know, he's got the big win over Cena. No title is involved. He needs to have another big win over Cena with the title, just to pretty much solidify himself as, you know, the man. You know, the guy that runs the fucking show. You know, whatever the fuck he's talking about. You know, the champ that runs the camp. The face that runs the place. You want to live up to those cheesy mottos and those catchphrases, you got to have John Cena lose clean to AJ Styles. And at this point, it's not going to be a shame. Why would you be ashamed to lose to AJ Styles? This guy's proved to you in 1 year that he is the greatest fucking thing to come into the WWE in God knows how long. So losing to AJ Styles is not going to do anything to John Cena. It's just going to build AJ Styles up the way he needs to be as a WWE champion. So I think that is the right thing to do, okay? WWE would then need to have Cena snap and attack AJ from behind. He would then perform an attitude adjustment to AJ. He would go out of the ring and grab a chair to beat the champ down in the ring repeatedly. Afterward, he would do yet another AA to Styles, this time through the announce table. The announcers would not know what to think about the ordeal, as they will try and play it off as Cena trying to pay AJ back for what he did to John in 2016. This would be done for a reason. Later that night, WWE would have The Undertaker win the Royal Rumble itself. On Tuesday night, Styles is not present, but Shane McMahon would come out to claim that Cena, or what Cena did to AJ Styles, was clearly wrong, and Cena is suspended indefinitely. John would say that he is not going anywhere, and if the commissioner wanted him gone, he would have to make him leave. And Shane McMahon would be forced to make John Cena leave on his own, because Cena would not be listening. Shane would come down and try to talk some sense into Cena before getting an AA from John Cena. This would be an official heel turn for John Cena. AJ would come back in 2 weeks, but Cena never misses a day. The whole time, the focus would be on AJ and Cena, but The Undertaker is still right there as the Royal Rumble winner. WWE then realizes the best way to solve the problem would be to have John Cena face AJ Styles for the WWE Championship at the Elimination Chamber in a 2 out of 3 falls match. The first fall would go to AJ Styles, the second to John Cena, the third would end up being a count out. This would not determine a winner, but The Undertaker would come out to tombstone both of them at the end of the show. So the very next Tuesday, the decision would be made to have one last match between John Cena and AJ Styles to determine who would face The Undertaker at WrestleMania 33. John Cena and AJ Styles would fight on SmackDown Live to find out the true winner. That would be a ratings monster for the WWE Championship. The two would go at it in an Iron Man match, so that they had enough time to prove who was the best without any sort of issue coming up. The winner would be the one to go on to win the last fall. WWE would never get the winner, as both men would never get a fall over the other. Tired of the ordeal, SmackDown Live General Manager Daniel Bryan states that The Undertaker will fight them both at WrestleMania 33. This would be a triple threat match for the WWE World Championship that could easily main event the show, with nothing coming close to being capable of following it. Obviously, the best thing to do would have The Undertaker win, since it may be his last match ever. He could retire the same night as champion. Afterward, WWE could put on a tournament together, which I've talked about many, many times, to determine a new champion, which could end up being John Cena, depending on if he is still around by then or not, and not filming something for his Hollywood career or reality television, whatever you want to have John Cena be doing then. This entire storyline involves a lot of back and forth with AJ Styles and John Cena, as well as appearances by The Undertaker throughout. It involves a very capable heel turn by John Cena and a proving ground time for AJ Styles. Meanwhile, the final match would happen at the biggest event of the year, WrestleMania 33, and it would be the last match for The Undertaker. Honestly, this would be the best way that WWE has right now with who they have on the roster, or at least come close to outshining Omega and Okada at Wrestle Kingdom 11. The storyline would be there, the intrigue would be there, and the interest would be there. But the fact over the matter is, I don't even think it would come close to Omega and Okada, just by what you guys are talking about with this match. You know, that's WWE's best opportunity. It's not going to happen with Reigns. Not going to happen with Strowman or Lesnar versus Goldberg. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens could certainly do it. I would love to see the WWE give the ball to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens to do something like Okada and Omega. You know? So, who the fuck knows what WWE is doing, but that is not my idea, by the way. Do not praise me for that idea. That is just something that, you know, various people have come up with. And I bunched it together. And I've been talking about a tournament in which The Undertaker would win at WrestleMania. I've been talking about that for months now. Where The Undertaker, I would love to see The Undertaker have one more win as WWE Champion. I would love to see him hoist that belt up one more time. And it would be great at WrestleMania. There would be other ways for Cena to get the title and to have it 16. Yeah, it won't happen at WrestleMania. It won't happen on the big stage. But it doesn't necessarily need to be. 16 title reigns in itself is a big fucking deal. Tying Ric Flair is a big fucking deal. You don't need to have all of that happen at WrestleMania. Share the stage with a Styles. Share the stage with an Undertaker. Undertaker can win his last world title. He could retire if he wants to. Or he could stay on. You know? Who the fuck knows? Who knows? But that's what's going on right now. WWE caught wind of everybody talking about Wrestle Kingdom 11 and Omega and Okada. And now, according to Meltzer, according to the Wrestling Observer, they want to make WrestleMania 33's main event just as great as Okada and Omega was. Let me know what you guys are thinking about that. Very, very interesting story. I love a lot of those ideas, man. I love the fact that it would be a 2 out of 3 falls and the match would end in a draw. The match would end in a countout. There'd be no definitive winner. You know, you guys want to fucking claim that AJ Styles is going to be a transitional champion. There you go. Battling it with the best. Or battling it not with the best. I don't want to anger fucking clowns out there. Battling it with the number 1 guy in the company. And John Cena. Then you get The Undertaker involved. And before that, you get an Iron Man match. So you got the match at the Rumble, you got the 2 out of 3 falls match, and then you got an Iron Man match on SmackDown, which would be a huge ratings boost. Who's not going to tune in to watch an Iron Man match between John Cena and AJ Styles? And you know what? If you're doing that, you fucking give them the whole show, and you do it commercial free. Fuck that. Eat the ad revenue, man. Fuck it. Commercial free Iron Man match. Let's have somebody sponsor it. Whatever the fuck you gotta do. That would be great. That would be unbelievable for SmackDown. Unbelievable in 2017. Let me know what you guys are thinking about that. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's possible, but WWE looking like they are going to try. Ravishing Rick Rude to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. An all-time legend will finally be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. But it isn't the 9th wonder of the world, China. At least not yet. It appears that the company will finally be inducting Ravishing Rick Rude into the class of 2017, according to a report from DWN, Daily Wrestling News. Now, Rick Rude, whose real name is spelled Rick Rude, R-O-O-D, passed away in April 1999 at the age of 40. Fucking Christ. Goddamn, he was young. And that's fucking sad, man. He was one of my all-time favorites. I'm going to go out there and say Rick Rude was one of the greatest villains, one of the greatest heels in the history of this company. He was fucking amazing at what he did. Passed away at the age of 40 after spending his entire adult life in professional wrestling. The Ravishing One. Rick Rude appears to be the second confirmed name for the WWE Hall of Fame. There were several reports this week that Diamond Dallas Page will also be going into the Hall of Fame this year for the class of 2017. DDP and Rick Rude are certified legends in pro wrestling. Just based on those two alone, Hall of Fame's looking to be epic as the year goes on here for 2017, WrestleMania season. Certified legends in pro wrestling, with many arguing that these accolades are long overdue, especially in Rude's case. However, several sources noted that neither Page nor Rude are expected to be headlining names at the ceremony over WrestleMania weekend in Orlando, that first weekend in April. However, that name has yet to be confirmed or been leaked publicly. In addition to Rick Rude, DDP, and an unnamed headliner, there are whispers that a current WWE employee within the WWE will get the nod as well. Maybe it's The Undertaker, maybe it is Goldberg, I don't know. We'll find out soon enough. However, he or she, too, has yet to be confirmed. It's already shaping up to be a memorable class, and Jerry the King Lawler is expected to return as the host for the evening. Ravishing Rick Rude performed in the WWE, WCW, and Jim Crockett promotions, and ECW, amongst others. Among his accomplishments include a run as Intercontinental Champion in the WWE and the United States Champion while with WCW. Perhaps his most memorable accomplishment, however, came in 1997 when he managed to appear on WWE's Raw and WCW's Monday Nitro in the same night, as Raw had been taped a week earlier and Rude jumped ship to WCW in the time between. A little known fact is that Rick appeared on ECW television that same weekend as well. So he did triple duty, did Ravishing Rick Rude. Rick Rude was forced to retire from in-ring competition in 1994 after suffering a devastating back injury during a match with Sting in Japan. Rude continued to wrestle in the match after taking a bad fall on the outside and actually won the match. Ironically, of course, is the fact that Sting was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2016 after he too was forced to retire due to injury. Among his Hall of Fame credentials is that not only did he appear for WWE and WCW in the same night, never happened again, but he also became the first performer to be booked in both legendary factions DX and the NWO in managerial capacities. Rude joined Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and Chyna as an insurance policy for DX and departed the WWE after the Montreal Screwjob because he was upset with how the incident was handled. Rude's mainstream time in wrestling ended in 1999 after a year and a half with WCW, spending time with both NWO factions. He is a good friend. He was a good friend of Kurt Hennig's Mr. Perfect, and they, at the tail ends of their careers, derailed by injury. So both of them ended up the same way, with Rick believing he had testicular cancer, which later on turned to be sperm tocele. I don't know how to pronounce that. I got to look that up. I don't know what the fuck that means, but it wasn't testicular cancer. Rude passed away due to heart failure in 1999, and Hennig followed 4 years later. Man, that fucking breaks my heart. Two of my favorites of all time, Perfect and Rude. Rude's heart failure was later revealed to be a cause of an overdose of mixed medications, and Mr. Perfect died because of an acute drug intoxication. At the time of Rude's death, he was believed to be training for a return to the ring, and he was survived by his wife and 3 children. 18 years after his death, Ravishing Rick Rude will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. This makes me happy. Finally. Now all we need is Owen Hart. Savage is in. We got Rude going in. We got Perfect in. We got Owen Hart's the only one left. Owen Hart has got to get in to the Hall of Fame. When it will happen, I don't know. Chyna too. Chyna's got to get into the Hall of Fame. I hope it's not fucking 19 years, 18 years after they passed away. But Ravishing Rick Rude, one of the greatest villains of all time. His time with Bobby the Brain Heenan was fucking unbelievable. I remember exactly where I was when he beat the Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 5 with Heenan. Concealing himself from the referee, holding the Warrior's leg down as Rude won the Intercontinental Championship. It was an absolutely unbelievable moment. I actually cried because I was an Ultimate Warrior kid. I was an Ultimate Warrior guy as a little child. You know, I really didn't find all that much appeal to Hulk Hogan. I was definitely a Warrior guy compared to Hulk Hogan, but I cried, man, when the Warrior lost that title. I remember exactly where I was. It was right in front of my grandma's fucking TV in the living room. You know, it was my grandma, my grandpa, my mom, my dad, it was the whole family thing, man. We were watching Wrestlemania. It was a big deal, because I loved it so much, and everybody got involved, and that's where we were. So, when Rude won the title, man, I was not a happy kid. And I still live with that memory, man. I remember it like it was fucking yesterday. And Ravishing Rick Rude, 18 years, man, passed away. I don't know, man. It fucking sucks to have these guys. He's 40 years old. I still can't believe that, man. 40 fucking years old. Mr. Perfect was 44, I believe. It's just a fucking sad state of affairs, man, to see these two guys go. Perfect and Rude. Unbelievable, but I'm glad he's going in, man. He had the gimmick, he had the fucking look. He had that 80s porn star look. He used to grab the women from the crowd and fucking call everybody a fucking sweat hog. And they couldn't have cast a more perfect guy for the role, man. He was absolutely brilliant in his role. Certainly missed, and now he's being honored, very much well deserved, this year in the Hall of Fame. 2017, Rick Rude going in to the WWE Hall of Fame. Real reason why Shawn Michaels is appearing on Monday Night Raw next week. I'm going to save the Bayley story for later on in the podcast. So I want to talk about this one here first. A lot of people asking me, JD, why is Shawn Michaels appearing on Monday Night Raw? Is he going to announce himself in the Royal Rumble? No, he's not announcing himself in the Royal Rumble, but stranger things have happened. No matter what the WWE Universe collectively says, there is a reason for everything that appears on WWE television. That's clearly obvious. But it's not always as simple as selling a pay-per-view. It's become a rarity for a WWE Hall of Famer or a legend to appear on WWE television without intending to promote something to the WWE Universe. Of course, it's just business. However, there is always an additional reason for an appearance. WWE has the Royal Rumble pay-per-view coming up at the end of January, which is taking place in Shawn Michaels' hometown of San Antonio, Texas, at the Alamo Dome. The event is expected to be one of the biggest WWE pay-per-views in the company's history, So WWE officials are pulling out all the big guns to promote it and make the pay-per-view as memorable as possible. Next week on Monday Night Raw, both The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels are confirmed to appear for the show. With WrestleMania just around the corner, it's only a matter of time before The Undertaker's match for the event and opponent are revealed. However, The Undertaker's appearance on Raw next week will not only help promote the Royal Rumble, but he is expected to announce his spot in the Rumble match as well. On the other hand, Shawn Michaels will be returning to WWE television for a very different reason. First and foremost, Shawn Michaels hasn't wrestled a match in 7 years. That is a long absence from the ring. So Shawn Michaels won't be returning to the ring, and his appearance on Raw next week isn't to come out of retirement. WWE officials announced his return during this week's Raw, but his return to WWE television is being planned to kill two birds with one stone like only HBK can do. According to a new report, Shawn Michaels getting involved in the promotion of the Royal Rumble is obvious. The pay-per-view is being held in San Antonio. HBK is notorious from the city, so another appearance from him during the show is imminent. In fact, it's been reported that WWE officials have big plans for him at the event. However, he'll also be appearing for Raw next week to promote his new movie that drops very soon. WWE Studios is releasing The Resurrection of Gavin Stone on January 20th. The coming attractions look absolutely fucking horrible, but Shawn Michaels looks like he had fun doing it. The WWE officials and HBK are looking to promote the movie as much as possible over the next few weeks, which will include Shawn Michaels appearing on Raw. As of this writing, it hasn't been revealed what creative plans are for him to fit into the Rumble plan and scheme while promoting the upcoming film. The WWE Universe will always welcome Shawn Michaels back to WWE programming. His popularity inside the ring hasn't faded away at all, and a little bit of cross-promotion is expected by a former WWE superstar. Frankly, a WWE Hall of Famer continuing to work with the company for projects outside of WWE isn't going to hurt, especially considering that HBK's recent work at a WWE Performance Center gig, he's... I believe the rumors were that he moved to Orlando with his family and that he's going to be overseeing the operations of the Performance Center. So he is getting back into the business, not necessarily himself, but he is taking what he learned and who he is, and he's spawning it off to everybody down at the Performance Center. Unbelievable. It's possible WWE may also use Shawn Michaels' appearance on Raw to reveal an angle for the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. He's very likely to appear at the event, even if it's just for a backstage appearance or something simple, but WWE may be thinking of something much bigger for him considering the pay-per-view is in San Antonio. Shawn Michaels is also extremely good at keeping his segments short and to the point, so he'll promote all the things he needs to. WWE will get the exposure they want for the Royal Rumble and the new film from WWE Studios, and the WWE Universe will have fun, and by the end of the week, everybody is going to win. So there you got it. That's the reason why Shawn Michaels is coming to Monday Night Raw. If he was to enter the Royal Rumble, I mean, is there any doubt in my mind why Shawn Michaels would not win the Royal Rumble? Now, the likelihood of that happening is probably zero. I have a better chance of fucking getting a blowjob from Megan Fox right here on Off The Script, but that's not going to happen. So Shawn Michaels coming back, winning the Rumble, clearly a 0% chance, but if he was in the Rumble, why wouldn't Shawn Michaels win? And why wouldn't we get Shawn Michaels versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship? You know, you want to steal Okada and Omega's thunder. I think Shawn Michaels still has a lot left in the tank. Needless what anybody says about Shawn Michaels. I think Shawn Michaels, he looks in phenomenal shape. Giving him a match with AJ Styles will certainly be not only a fucking classic, it could certainly shape up to be a 5-star classic. So, if he's not going to be in the Rumble, you know, he's going to be there to promote the event, maybe get involved with The Undertaker. I don't know. Maybe we'll see a stare down with The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. Who the fuck? They haven't crossed paths since Undertaker retired Michaels at WrestleMania 26. That would be interesting. That'll get fucking viewers just to see those two guys interact with one another. What are they going to say after all this time? I don't know, man. Ideas being thrown out there. But Michaels is appearing to, promote the movie and promote the Rumble. Those are givens. It's mainly the movie. Everything else is going to come, second. So we'll see what happens. Should be an interesting portion of the show at least. I don't want to give Monday Night Raw props for having a good show, But Michaels and The Undertaker clearly are going to be the segments to look out for. That's going to be happening on Monday. Michaels appearing on Raw to promote the movie and the Rumble. You guys should know that by now. And that pretty much is everything, guys. That is Off the Script. That is part 2. We're going to go over everything on part 3. We got Bayley news. We got Shelton Benjamin news. We got La Luchadora news. Renee Young and Dean Ambrose's relationship got out. WWE's not happy about it. Plans for Samoa Joe and Ty Dillinger and Liv Morgan and the Revival being called up. What's going to happen with those guys? All that, plus so much more, right here on Off the Script. We actually got a lot of news left to go. I might actually have to do a part 4. So we'll see what happens. Goldberg appearing at Fastlane in a marquee matchup. Main event match at Fastlane. So there's going to be a lot of news, guys. We'll go over it all weekend. I'm here all weekend for you guys. So thank you guys so much for everything. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. And I will see you guys right back here on part 3 of Off the Script. Part 3 looks to be a massive episode. Going to try and fit as much in there as I can. No bullshit. So thank you guys for enjoying this episode of Off the Script Part 2. See you guys on Sunday. Have a great day. And maybe I'll get something else out later today on the channel. I don't know what it is. Maybe a 2K video. Maybe an Off the Script extra. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, I'm home today. I'm off. I'm going to be working from home. You'll see me. And that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And Off the Script will resume on Sunday morning at Part 3 at 11 a.m. I'll talk to you later.